I don't even think this should be a hot take, but I haven't seen anything interesting about the game so far to justify $70.
Bruh.
Okay, all right. Today's video is gonna be a hard one to get through. I tweeted out asking people what their hottest takes were for Marvel Spider-Man 2. I wanna see what people online are saying about this game in terms of their hot takes. All right, shout out to my buddy Omega Pro here, who's got quite a hot take. Let's check this out. I think the game doesn't look amazing graphically, okay? There's something about the faces of characters that seem off, and the texture quality seems low, especially on the Symbiote suit.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Game still looks fun, which is all that matters, but yeah, that'd be my one issue if I had to nitpick. Well, I guess it's fair that you classified it specifically as a nitpick. I'll give you that one if that's what you feel like, if that's your personal opinion, but I'm gonna have to agree with yes, no, maybe, I don't know too, saying, did you not watch the story trailer? Everything about that story trailer looked very good to me. Graphically, it looked fantastic, and texture-wise, I don't really notice anything that looks low quality. To try and make sense of what you're saying here with the Symbiote suit specifically, maybe it's that semi-liquid look to it that makes it seem like it's low quality to you, or the texture is low. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to disagree with you on that though. This person says Venom not being playable will ruin my hype. Somebody even replied saying you're setting yourself up for disappointment. There has been nothing to suggest a playable Venom. I disagree that there's been nothing to suggest a playable Venom. I feel like some people at Insomniac have actually sort of hinted at that, but I do agree that we shouldn't set ourselves up for disappointment here. I'm just not gonna sit here and say that if Venom isn't playable, the game is completely ruined for me. There is so much to look forward to in Marvel Spider-Man 2 already, between a playable symbiote suit that has all new abilities, Miles having new abilities, new air tricks that we're going to be able to experience, the web wings, a bigger open world, and even just the opportunity to fight Venom is something that I really look forward to. So honestly, I'm down for what they're showing us here in this game, and I'm not going to get too upset if Venom isn't a playable character. As I've said in past videos, that for me is more just like a little cherry on top more than anything. It's that same little cherry on top if you were to like this video right now. All right, Unbound Mystic has a wild take saying, I don't think that Venom will be Harry at all. My reasoning for this is that in Miles Morales, we can see that Venom isn't bonding with Harry, but when Norman goes to the tank, we see the symbiote come to the edge of the tank. I think this was meant to mislead people, as I think this was meant to be seen as Harry reaching out, but I feel like it was Venom trying to bond with Norman. I think at the point where Peter is chasing the lizard, this is because Harry may need the Goblin Serum to help him survive, which could be why he throws his cane out the window, as the Goblin Serum causes him to be a lot more angry. But this is a wild stretch. Everything you just said amounts to what you said at the end there. That is a wild stretch indeed. There are some people in the replies who are agreeing that this take isn't so hot or isn't so wild of a take. But for me personally, I don't think they're going to do any sort of Green Goblin setup within the actual game. We're probably going to see that as like a post-credit scene that leads us into a Marvel Spider-Man 3. Whether or not it's Harry or Norman that are going to end up being Venom, I guess that's what's up in the air, and maybe that's where I can agree it's a bit of a wild take to say that Norman's going to be the one who's Venom. But I honestly hope that doesn't end up happening. I really hope that it's just Harry. That story works better in terms of the emotional stakes of it between Peter and Harry. This person says, I prefer MJ's and Peter's look from the first game, and I'm not a big fan of the new suit they gave Miles. Okay, the new suit for Miles is barely different from the old one. And second of all, they didn't change MJ's face, man. I don't know why so many people are hellbent on this. James Stevenson and people at Insomniac have confirmed that it is the same face model for MJ in this game. What's different, and so many people don't realize this, is guess what? It is a graphical upgrade from the last game. The whole face change thing, the dilemma, the whole discourse around that for Peter, I feel like it's gotten so old at this point. We need to get over it. This person says Peter with the symbiote shouldn't be playable outside of the story. Maybe it's not, I don't know yet. Okay, that is a bad take. I understand that for some people, it's strictly from a story standpoint. They don't want it to make any sense that we could still use the symbiote after the main campaign ends, considering the side effects of the symbiote. In universe, I get it, but it's a video game. We should be allowed to use the symbiote suit after the game ends, and it just not have anything to do with the story. It's just an unlockable costume. And I'm pretty sure that's almost exactly what they're gonna do. Going into the third act, we're gonna lose the symbiote suit, considering that it has to go to Harry or whoever's gonna be Venom. Then after we beat the game, you get the symbiote suit unlocked, free to use, so that you can just have fun with it. It would be silly if Insomniac just said, nope, Post third act, that symbiote suit is gone. That ether, they say I'm excited for it, but I'm not really impressed by it. They haven't done the best job marketing the actual gameplay yet. That's surprising to me. I mean, that gameplay demo was a full 10 minutes. It gave us a good look at a lot of the new mechanics, at that symbiote suit, and then as well some of the villains we're gonna face off against. So this one's a hot take because it's got a lot of replies. They said here, mine is that it probably could have and should have, in my case, released on PS4 as well. Also looks kind of samey, but that's not that big an issue. All right, some people in the replies are getting a little crazy with it. This person here says, it's been 3 years. You haven't been able to save up $400 to $500 for a system. That's on you. Another person said this game releasing on the PS4 would have been crap. And then we also see someone said there, they've stated that they're using the PS5 to the max for this game. That absolutely would not work. And in a civil way, to not crap on a take here, I unfortunately have to agree with that last bit. I don't think this game would have been able to run on the PS4. Now this person here says, I don't want to say it because I know I'll get trashed to high heaven. Someone said, say it. And well, they ended up actually saying it. I hope the game does focus more on Peter than Miles. Now, a lot of people in the replies are saying that this is a warm take, but I don't want that to be the case. I want it to focus on both of them respectively equally. If Peter's story is going to be more important than Miles, I hope it's like a person in the replies here said, like a 55-45. Okay, Mark's got a lot of hot takes here. So they said, number one, Eddie Brock should have been Venom. Number two, Harry Osborn shouldn't be in this game. Like on May, he's a garbage character. Whoa! And they also said Miles meeting his father's killer feels redundant at this stage, and that Miles should be standing on his own, not still being seen as a student of Peter. Okay, let's go over this. Okay, for number one, Eddie Brock should have been Venom. I understand there are a lot of Eddie Brock fans out there that are very upset he is not the Venom of this game. So long as Venom himself, you know, the actual monster, is done justice, then I'm okay with whoever it is that's behind that. Saying Harry shouldn't be in this game and then saying that Harry, like on May, is a garbage character, that is a horrible take. I think Harry is a perfectly fine character, and I think Aunt May is a great character. I don't know why you're looping her into this. What they're trying to do with Harry in this game is very interesting to me, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what Insomniac's take is going to be on the friendship between Harry and Peter. Miles meeting his father's killer, I think, is a good idea, and that works very much so. It's compelling for the story of this game. You know, Martin Lee caused some serious damage. He has done a lot in that first game, and he's going to have to pay. He's going to have to see the consequences of his actions. And then finally, saying that Miles should be standing on his own, I kind of think that he is. That was the whole purpose of his own game. He's still young though, and he's still got a lot that he should be learning from Peter, considering Peter is a Spider-Man that's been doing it for like 8 or 9 years. Miles has only been Spider-Man for less than a year still, as of when Marvel Spider-Man 2 takes place. But the guy is definitely capable of taking care of New York on his own. It's just, why wouldn't you accept the help if it were to be offered? And I think before I get into too many rants here, I'm probably gonna call it on that. A lot of crazy takes that you guys have out there for Marvel Spider-Man 2. And well, what say you guys? Sound off with your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you got any hot takes for Marvel Spider-Man 2? Maybe we'll do another one of these in the future. I've been Caboose, and I'll see you guys later.